is Michael from StevensvilleGamers, and Ben is back. Say hello, Ben. Hey guys! He is back. He's no longer sick, so he can join us in the card reviews. Now, we have a lot of stuff to go over, so get ready. And by the way, welcome to number 5 of the Rise of Shadows card reviews. So the first card we have is a 2-drop 2/1 beast with rush, and its death rattle is summon a 1/1 Morlok, and it is called HedgeClan Hogstein, and this is at the common slot, by the way. You always have these common Morlok cards. This is no different. It's a beast that summons a Morlok, and the Morlok really doesn't have a huge payoff anymore, besides the fact that it can go really aggro. There is no more of the Shaman quest to do that, but I don't even think we were seeing Morloks anyway. This is just a 2/1 rush, a pack filler. Not much to say about it. If you want to try to build Morloks, then maybe this is quick enough to, get yourself a bunch of Morloks, and this could see play in those kind of decks because you can use it to basically kill itself, deal some damage, and then get the Morlok afterwards using the rush. Not super great, not super bad. I'm not really a Morlok person, so this card really doesn't speak to me, and I'm not super excited about it, but it's a pack filler, has Morlok Synergies, which we see every set. Yeah, do you agree with me, Ben? Yeah, there's not really much to say about this one, so yeah, it's not bad, but I'm not excited for it. I agree. So with that said, I'm gonna say a 1-star, not great pack filler. Let's go on to the next one. The next one is a legendary neutral minion that is an 8/8, and its battle cry is draw 2 minions from your deck and change their cost, health, and attack all to 1. And it is called Geppetto Joy Buzz. Now this is very interesting, I think. Oh, it's a 6/6, by the way, I didn't say that. This is pretty interesting because it creates a lot of OTK potential in a way. If you have this in Auctioneer Mechathune Druid, you can make your Auctioneer cost 1, which is super helpful, and then you can figure out another way to kill the Mechathune besides Naturalize, because Naturalize is rotating, but I don't know yet because I'm not really an OTK person. But making something cost 1, you can definitely build your deck around the fact that you have only very few minions, so it's a high percentage that you draw combo pieces and make them cost 1. I think this is going to be really strong when it comes to OTK build-arounds. This is going to be slotted into a lot of OTK decks I can see and envision, because you can have 9 more mana to do other stuff with in a turn. I'm really looking forward to what this card will set up. Will it be good in other things besides OTK? I don't really think so. This is definitely something that you build around the fact that you only have very few minions to make it a super high percentage that you draw those minions and make them cost 1. Make a Hakar cost 1, make a Mechathune cost 1, make, I don't know, some other OTK combo decks I'm sure will come out in the future. I'm excited about this card's potential. I'm going to say 4 stars. This has a lot of potential to do some weird and facilitate some really weird decks, I'm sure, and I'm excited to see them. Ben, do you want to take this one? Because it's about dragons, so it's kind of like dinosaurs, but not really. So do you want to take this one? Yeah, I'll take this one. This is a 5-mana epic 3/5 in the Paladin class, and it is called Dragon Speaker, and its battle cry is give all dragons in your hand +3/+3, and oh my god, this is crazy! You basically build a dragon paladin deck, put 2 of these in there, and it's like dragon buffeting. I think this is going to be really fun if there's enough synergy with dragons and paladin to make this kind of deck work. I think this could be really cool and really fun and make some really powerful dragons. What do you think, Mike? I agree 100%. Actually, no, not 100%. I agree 80%. You were like, this is crazy. I think this is very, very strong. Right now, all we're really seeing is Dragon Warrior and the occasional Dragon Priest. And with the Dragon Priest, not even really that much. But this could definitely create some more dragon stuff. This is the year of the dragon. Last expansion, we had some more neutral dragons. This makes a lot of the dragons even better, and some of the low-cost dragons playable, like the 2-mana 3/2 that can't be targeted by hero powers or spells. That now becomes a 6/5 for 2 instead of a 3/2. The dragon that deals 1 to all minions becomes a 6/9, which is really good. This implements a lot of stuff, very reminiscent of Buffetin, but a lot of the Buffetin stuff was just a mass majority of +1/+1 cards. This is one card that gives it +3/+3, so it's a little bit reminiscent of Akali the Rhino in my opinion as well, but a lot more efficient and a lot better. So you can just hold a bunch of dragons and drop this boyo on turn 5 while you're hero powering and dropping some like Northshire Cleric, not Northshire Clerics, the 1/1 Divine Shield taunts, stuff like that, some of the early game stuff for Paladin, and be able to hold those high cost dragons and make them even stronger. So I think this has a lot of potential. Paladin has the ability to survive the early game pretty substantially to then get to that big late game dragon play. I think this card's going to be really fun. I think you're going to see a lot more Paladin dragons than Warrior dragon decks in the future if Paladin gets more dragon synergy cards, and this is a good start. The only downside I would say is that it's an epic. The stat line is a little bit weak, but it definitely makes up its stat line in the fact that it gives things in your hand the 3/3. It is an epic, so it's going to cost you quite a bit of dust to craft 2 of these boyos. But if you're a budget player like me, that stuff kind of matters. But if you're not, and you're going to pay a bunch of money to get a bunch of packs, then I'm sure you'll get some of these, and you'll be able to play some dragon, Buffetin, Paladin style stuff. 4 stars. It's gonna be fun. Speaking of dragon boyos, this is a 3 mana 3/2 dragon in the Paladin class as a common, and it is called Bronze Herald, and its death rattle is add 2 4/4 dragons to your hand. These are 4 mana 4/4 dragons in your hand, and this gives you 2 of them, which then to the last card, you can use the last card to buff those 4/4 for 4s into 7/7s for 4, or which you probably want to do that instead of just buffing this 3/2, but this is a good looking card for sure. It recycles itself +1. It's a dragon, so there's more dragon synergy. It adds more dragon synergy to your hand as well. It's cheaply costed. It'll die pretty effectively because it's only 2 health. I think this is really good. You can also go ahead and fire Witch Doctor, the Fire Witch Doctor, the one that if you discover a spell, if you have a dragon in your hand, that's also really good. Turn 2, you do the Fire Breathing Witch Doctor, whatever it's called, and then you go into the Bronze Herald. So I think this card, again, is really, really strong. More stuff that makes Dragon Paladin look good. Do you agree, Ben?
I definitely agree. I really like this card. Also, I want to mention that the art in this is fantastic. I really like it.
Yeah, I agree. I really like this art too. It looks amazing.
And yeah, you said it yourself, it recycles itself and +1 card advantage, dragon synergy. I think that Dragon Paladin is going to be better than Warrior Paladin for sure with the amount of synergistic effects that this creates. Also, it's a common, so you're going to probably get one or see a lot of these, or it's going to be cheap to craft. So yeah, I think this is going to be a really powerful card.
I agree as well. I'm going to say with the dragon synergy in mind, with the fact that it recycles itself +1, with the fact that you could buff the things that you get from its death rattle, with the previous card, again, 4 stars. This looks really strong, really efficient, really value-based like a lot of the rest of the set. So I'm liking it. I am really liking it. Let's see what else this has to offer. Next, we have a 5 mana rare priest spell, and it is resurrect 3 minions that died this game. It's called Mass Resurrection, and this is basically a spellstone that costs more, but you don't have to do the spellstone stuff. So again, Res Priest will be losing spellstone, but they will be getting Mass Resurrection. Mass Resurrection probably will be a more efficient way to do this because you can use this as a top deck. With the spellstone, you have to activate it a bunch to be able to use it, but if you top deck a Mass Resurrection, you can just drop it and get the 3 instead of drawing a spellstone and having to wait a little bit of time before you can resurrect 3. It does cost 2 more mana, but I think that is definitely well worth it to be able to top deck Mass Resurrection, not have to wait, because if you top deck a spellstone and you need that spellstone to res your boyos, and it's only going to res 1, it feels bad, and it felt bad. So I think this is a more efficient, higher costed Mass Resurrection. This will definitely see play like 100% because spellstone is rotating, and if people still want to play big res priest in standard, then they're going to be playing this card. And it's only a rare, so it doesn't cost that much dust, or you'll probably see it a bunch in a pack or two, so that is also good. Ben, what do you think?
I totally agree. This is going to replace the Spellstones. It's more efficient than the Spellstones, like you said. We're not losing a whole lot of cards that make big Res Priest work. We're losing Shadow Visions, but we get to keep Divine Spirit in our fire. I think this is going to be really good.
I think this is going to be really good too. Unfortunately, your stuff is going to have to survive a turn. You're not going to be able to Divine Priest, Inner Fire on the same turn as this. But if you're resing 3 options of the big boy Priesty boys, then I think you'll be fine. I think this is going to be a good card. It's going to see play for sure. It's going to replace Spellstone. So this is a solid 3-star card. Can I say that it's going to replace the Spellstone anymore? Probably not, because I said it like 100 times. Moving on, let's go to the next card. More Morlok Synergy stuff. This is a 1-mana 2/1 Morlok in the Shaman class. It is a rare. Its battle cry is add a lackey to your hand and overload 1. So this is basically a 2-mana 2/1 that gives you a lackey. This is definitely an efficient way to do a lot of things. 1, it's an efficient way to overload mana crystals. It's only 1 mana crystal, so it's not crazy. But you still get the Thunderhead effects and you still get the Lickum effects. All of the stuff that cares about overloading mana crystals. You still get those effects off, but it's not overloading as many crystals as the 1/3/8 taunt and Lightning Storm and stuff like that. And also you get a lackey to your hand. Again, the same way with some of the Warlock and Priest lackey generators. We haven't seen any reason for Shaman to want to have lackeys. The only thing that has really cared about lackeys thus far has been the new Togwaggle card. So it has the same downside as the Warlock and Priest lackey generators, that I don't see a reason, besides the fact that the lackeys are pretty strong and valuable. There's no incentive for me to play lackey cards in a Shaman deck yet. There could definitely have stuff released down the line in the later expansions or in this expansion as well, because we got plenty of cards to go. But it's an efficient way to overload mana crystals, and it has the Morlok Synergy stuff. So again, another Morlok Synergy card, stuff that we see every expansion. Like I've said already, I'm not a big Morlok person, but if you're one of those Morlok people, then here's another Morlok Synergy card for you. And it's in the Shaman class, which is mainly where you see those Morlok decks nowadays, but the quest is rotating, so that could change. From this card, it looks like that they want Murlocs to stay in the Shaman class, especially with the portrait and everything. It just seems like Shaman is the Morlok class. I think this could see play in other decks, like a Shaman Lackey deck if we see that, or a Shaman Overload deck if that still works. This is probably a 2-star card in my opinion. It's an efficient way to do some things, but will those things be relevant? We have yet to see. So 2 stars. Next is a 5-mana 4/4 beast in the Druid class at the Epic slot. It is called Crystal Stag, and I just want to appreciate this art, and whew, I love this art. This is some good shit right here, Blizzard. Now, it has Rush and a battle cry stating, if you have restored 5 health this game, summon a copy of this minion, and immediately everyone was like, Shutterwalk, let's see how we can do this with Shutterwalk, because it's a battle cry. But of course, you're probably not going to be able to get this, obviously. But I just thought it was funny that everyone was like, we can summon more copies of Shutterwalk somehow. We got to figure it out. But I don't think there's a way. And if there is a way, then that's hysterical and good for them that they figured that out. But now every time that there's a summon a copy of a card, they're going to try to use it in Shutterwalk. I was watching the Trump release stream, and he was like, it would be funny if you could get this in Shaman for Shutterwalk, but highly doubt that's going to happen. Regardless, it's still a lot of value. It is a 5-mana 8/8 with Rush, and that is crazy good. It's a 4 and a 4/4 and a 4/4, so you can split the Rush as well. This is just a really powerful card. I think definitely playable. I don't know where Druid is going. Like I said with the last card review with the Druid Legendary, it'll make more sense with the next card though. So let's go to the next card real quick. The next card is a 1-mana Druid spell at the common slot called Crystal Power, and it is a choose one ability, so it already synergizes with the new Druid Legendary as well. This states choose one, deal 2 damage to a minion or restore 5 health. That is fantastic, very good. Deal 2 damage for 1 mana or heal 5 for 1 mana. If you have the legendary Druid on the board, you get both. You get a copy of both. You can immediately restore 5 to activate the Crystal Stag, which is also really good. This card is very, very strong in my opinion. Probably 3 stars because it's 1 mana, deal 2 damage, which is pretty efficient. Or you can restore the 5 health, which has the Crystal Stag synergy. So 3 stars on its own, but when you combine it with the new Druid Legendary, it becomes a 5-star card because you get those 2 extra spells as well. Crystal Power is a 3-star card, and jumping back to the Crystal Stag, I think Crystal Stag is a 4-star card because we can clearly see that you can restore 5 health very easily for just 1 mana. So I can say confidently that you will be able to get that 8/8 worth of stats with Rush pretty regularly. You now have a 1 mana spell that restores 5, so that's really good. And also, you know, you then have 2 bodies on board for 5 mana. It's strong. Crystal Stag is 4 stars. So that does it for this card review. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and a comment. Tell me what you guys think about these cards. I really do want to know. Or come join me in the Discord. Check out the Discord link in the description because we're talking about Hearthstone and the new expansion and Magic the Gathering. So check it out. Description. Check it out down there. Also, hit that subscribe button and notifications should be turned on because I'm going to be posting a lot of videos in the next week or so as these cards are getting released for this set. And if you want to just follow me on social media, check it out down there. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I would really appreciate it if you check it out. And I would even more super appreciate it if you monetarily supported me with Patreon or buying merch. Links are in the description. And I stream Magic the Gathering, Hearthstone, Pokemon, Five Nights at Freddy's. I've streamed a bunch of games, so check out the stream elements tips in the description as well. I would super appreciate it. And check out the streams. I'd love to see you there. But other than that, make sure you guys keep the all USB with you because Michael from StevensvilleGamers is going to be signing off now. So 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah. Bye.